Hi vinyl community, this is Glenn, your low-end music freak. This is my entry in Rachel The MusicMam's contest. I want to thank you, Rachel, for putting this on. It should be fun. I hope you enjoy my video. There were 3 questions that Rachel asked. The first one was, name a place that you would like to go to that's kind of a special musical place in your heart, or somewhere you've been. So I know Rachel mentioned the Hollywood Bowl, which would have been very cool. Mine goes back to the mid to late 70s when I fell in love with bluegrass music and more newgrass music, actually, with the Newgrass Revival and musicians like Sam Bush and Jerry Douglas, Mark O'Connor, David Grisman, Tony Rice, Bela Fleck. They were my musical heroes at the time, and they used to play every year at a festival that had just started up, I think, in the early 70s, in Heaven on Earth, Telluride, Colorado. I don't know if any of you have been to Telluride. It's an old mining town from the 1800s that became quite a ski resort town for the rich and famous, but in other regards, they put on a couple of music festivals, and one is the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, which takes place the 3rd weekend of June every year. All my heroes played at it every year, and I dreamed and dreamed of going there. And in 2008, my wife and I made the journey. Telluride is a magical place. The event itself is held in a box canyon. So you walk in through this divide in the rocks, and as soon as you get into the festival grounds, you're just surrounded on all 4 sides by mountains. It's absolutely breathtaking, beautiful place to watch music all day long. And I mean, I just cried when I first got there. It was just such a dream of mine. This is one of the mountains on the side. It's called Bridal Veil Falls, and as you're sitting there watching, you can look to your left and see a mountain with this nice stream coming down. This is actually a poster from an earlier Telluride Bluegrass Festival, and you can see they've painted Bridal Veil Falls and then turned it into a banjo, which is a beautiful poster. If you ever get the chance to go to Telluride, do so. It's just an amazing place. The second question was, how did you get your name? Well, I use my real name, so my parents gave me that, but I also go by Low-End Music Freak. So that really started on Instagram when I was looking for a name for my Instagram page. Low End because I play bass guitar, Music Freak because, well, I'm a music freak. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The third is a song that you think is beautiful. I'm going to attempt to play it here for you. We'll see how it goes. It's known that your door's always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried across the line. That keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, never gentle on my mind. It's John Hartford's Beautiful, Gentle on My Mind. I first became aware of John Hartford when he used to appear in the late 60s on the Smothers Brothers Summer Replacement Show, the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour. And Glenn obviously had a big hit with Gentle on My Mind, which put the song on the map. But John used to come out and play his banjo, and he had long hair, and he was like the hippie guy, and he played these amazing songs, and he really was an inspiration to me in picking up that instrument. John's one of my heroes, and I don't know how many of you are lucky enough to meet your heroes, but I was lucky enough to meet John. I first saw him in, I'm going to say around 1977. He opened for the Earl Scruggs Review in Toronto at a venue called the Ontario Place Forum. Now the Forum was a stage in the round which revolved, so all the seats were around, and the stage probably made about 2.5 turns throughout the performances. So you saw the front of the musician, the side, the back of him. If you just, you know, it was pretty cool. Anyway, they had about 20 rows of seats going all the way around. And then there was a big hill surrounding it for more people to sit. So it probably held, I'm going to say 12 to 13, 14,000 people for a big event. When John came on, the sun was still out, and it was pretty early, and a lot of people hadn't arrived yet. And he was playing his fiddle, and he had a little portable amp on him. And as he was playing, he hopped over the rail, and he walked up the stairs right out to the top of the venue, over the top, and started walking around the hill in the sunshine playing his fiddle. And it was gorgeous. It was just amazing to watch that and to hear it. So I followed him up the stairs and went on the hill, and I took a couple of photos of him. A few years later, in the 90s actually, John was playing at a small venue in Toronto, and I thought I might get the chance to meet him. So I took the photo, which I had blown up into a big poster size. And sure enough, lucky enough for me, I got to go backstage and talk with John for a few minutes. And you'd never met a nicer guy in your life. He was just everything I thought he'd be. And I showed him the photo, and he was really proud of it, and he really liked it. And he called his manager in and showed him. And I asked John if he would autograph it for me. Now, John's a master of calligraphy, so he did a beautiful job of autographing it. I want to show it to you right now. This was it. For Glenn, John Hartford. A real treasure to me. I miss that man very much. He was a great musician. If you ever get a chance to listen to a couple of his earlier albums, Morning Bugle and Steam Powered Aeroplane, they're great acoustic albums. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the video, and good luck to everyone else who entered.